So all you need today for this painting that we're going to do is your primary colors of red, yellow, and blue, and some green and brown and some white, and you can put some black on there too if you want. These have really nice bristles and they're great for your trees and your bushes, and this is going to be used for your background, okay? And then we have a flat synthetic brush, chiseled edge, and I have a flat a filbert brush, which is chiseled edge and synthetic, and I also have a liner brush. So this painting is going to consist of very simple and easy techniques for beginners. So I'm just getting some blue. I'm going to add some white to it. I got a 1-inch chiseled edge synthetic brush, but you can use any brush that you want. Alright, I'm just adding some white to it, and I'm going to add a little bit of red, and we're going to, see, I don't have it totally mixed, so I don't have to worry too much about mixing your paint. We're just going to put our sky on first, okay? We make it darker up in the corners here and up at the top. We'll make it darker, okay? Now, if you're having a hard time painting clouds, I'll show you a very easy, simple trick to paint your clouds in with the sky. Alright, so we're going to go with some more white, some more blue. No need to mix it too much, just a little bit. And we're going to paint here, and you're going to leave holes in your sky. Alright, just leave some holes, and that will be your clouds, and then we'll fix that up after. So, very simple clouds. Alright, so we're just going to leave those holes, leave one down here, and big clouds, big fluffy clouds are up on the top, and their smaller clouds are at the horizon. Okay, so just remember that big clouds, big fluffy clouds are at the top, the sky is darker at the top, and as you get down to the horizon line, the sky starts to lighten up and you get smaller clouds. Alright, so that's a tip for you. For anybody who's new, anybody who's been painting with me for a while probably know a lot of this stuff already. Okay, so just going to darken up that up there a little bit. You can even add a little bit of blue, red to really darken it up more, give it some color. See that? It's pretty too, isn't it? See, you can just, and as long as the paint is wet, you're working wet on wet. As long as the paint is wet, you will be able to add your colors. Alright, see, you get a little more color there. See? You can do it over here too. Just while the paint is wet, you can add a little bit of red, and that'll kind of purple it up a little bit. And give you a nice dark look up there. So now let's go with just white. You leave your brush dirty. We'll go with just white down here. You don't have to worry about the small clouds down here, because the white will come off your brush anyway. See? And that'll give you kind of, see, lots of paint. You want to keep that paint wet. We're not going to use magic white yet today, or today, we won't use it today because that's too much. I want to just get this very simple painting done for you, just to show you some easy, simple ways to do a quick painting, and then you can, as you get better at it, you can add more and more things to your paintings. So take the corner of your brush, is still dirty. Take the corner of your brush with some white, and in that white, those white patches, just make circles. Alright, touch your paint, the corner of your brush, and make circles, little circles. Look at that. See? Just make circles, and as the paint's coming off your brush, don't add any more. Go down to the next one. Now you can, because it's getting too dark, you can add more white to your corner of your brush and start making circles. And as you get those white tops up there, just leave them, okay? Leave those nice white, see the white that's in there? Leave that, just move away from it, okay? Add more white. There's a bunch, look, see, I've got that much on it. I just want to show you. I'm just going to assume that who's watching this, this is going to be for the absolute beginner. That's what this is going to be for, the absolute beginner. So if you already know how to paint, you probably won't find this too helpful. You might be able to pick up some little tricks and tips. I try to add as much as I can, but today I just want to do this so simple that a totally, absolutely beginner who never painted before will be able to pick up a brush and be able to do this painting. Very, very easy. All right, corner your brush again. You reload when you run out of paint. Just make circles. Probably go up a little higher just so that the clouds will look, you know, like there's more paint. You'll have to reload every time the paint comes off. Touch, make a circle, move away, and down around here to fill in that white spot that you left. Okay, you don't want to leave it pure white. But look how pretty those clouds are coming out, and easy too, isn't it? Corner your brush. Your brush is dirty. Just find some more white spots. There's one there. And then you just move it around. I found one right there. And as the paint's coming off your brush, you can just move it around. Okay? Flip your brush around. Maybe there's a little bit more paint on that. But make those circles and blend it in with the rest of the sky. And see, down here we don't need to do much because the paint already did it for you. See? Simple as that. Beautiful, beautiful sky. Simple, easy, great for the absolute beginner. So we put a painter's tape on here. That was for your horizon. So we need a horizon line, okay, where the sky meets the horizon. So we can take that off and see now you got a beautiful straight horizon line. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So try that first, guys. If this is your very first time painting, you're looking for beginners paintings, try this one. This is a nice little landscape, a couple of flowers. Nothing hard, very simple and fast. And you don't need a big load of brushes. We're only going to use a couple of brushes. So use the same brush. Alright, same 1-inch brush. Alright, and then we're going to clean that off. If you only have one, clean it off really good. Tap the bottom of your water jug. Alright, and then make sure it's decently clean. So I'm going to add some green paint. So if you have a sap green or any green that you have there. If you don't have a green, you can make your own by adding blue and yellow. You got a beautiful green, see? And you don't even have to mix it. Same as the sky. Just put those two colors together. No need to even mix it. Just put it on like that and then come on and put it on the bottom of your canvas. That easy, all right? Look. Blue and green. I should say blue and yellow, all right? So, and that quick. Now, I must have picked up a bit of black. See how I had black too close to my green? So be careful of that. Don't make the mistake I made. Let's move away from that. I'm going to add a little bit of blue. That's ultramarine blue. I have lots of videos on the names of the colors, the popular paints people use, and the brands. All kinds of videos there. I'm going to clean that off because I'm getting that black in there. Always something goes wrong when you're doing a video. So stay away from that black. Well, it's a good lesson to learn, isn't it? So stay away from that black. Alright. There we go. Get rid of that now. I'll just add some yellow down here just to get rid of it. And some. So keep adding your blue and your yellow. It's okay. Doesn't have to be mixed. Lots of color. I got a 16 by 20 canvas, so you're going to need to use a little more paint. Might darken it up a little bit by adding my blue to the mix I already have there. Get a little bit darker down here. The painting looks really nice when the top and the bottom corners are really dark, and that brings the eye then to the center of the painting. Okay. Keep adding your paint, dark paint down here. I just add more blue when I want to darken my green, okay? When I want to lighten it up, I'll just go with more yellow on my dirty brush. Get nice and bright up here. There we go. Now, just take your brush and go up against that line there. Don't worry too much if you can't get it. We'll probably put some trees or something up there. I'm going to put some very simple trees up here. Alright, so today you'll learn your sky, your clouds, your grass, colors, trees, flowers, all in one shot. Alright, I'll do my best to get this done as easy as I can for you. Add a little bit more blue I just add a little bit of blue to my dirty brush and that turned it green again. See? Or if you're having a problem getting that straight line, don't worry about it. Or you could use tape. Use your painter's tape. Alright? Or you can use a chiseled edge like this. Like I say, I'm standing up, so it's harder for me to keep my balance to keep that under there. But if you're sitting down or you're standing straight in front of your easel, it'll be much easier for you to get that to go on the horizon line and have a nice straight horizon line, okay? So I'm just going to lighten it up here. And I might make it a little more light. But see, I'm not mixing my paint. That way you don't have to worry about it. You just put it on. And your paint will do that for you. A little bit more of the blue. So I can get that corner dark. So just go back and forth with your dark. But make sure the dark's on the bottom, okay? We want that yellow to be nice and bright up here. And that, as long as it's all wet, that'll all blend. See how it's just blending there? It's not leaving straight lines. So just make sure it's wet. If you have a problem keeping it wet, just mist it with some water. Alright. So that's pretty simple. Nice little grassy area there. Nice and dark down here. We can make it even more. We're going to put some flowers and a little bit of grass down there. That's all. And now you're going to get a bristle brush. So all you need now is a bristle brush. And a bristle brush is a brush that you use to tap, tap, tap with, okay? So the one I just used is for those soft, beautiful, soft areas where you want to spread your paint softly. But when you want to tap, tap, tap bushes and trees and foliage, then use the bristle brush. All right, you see the difference. They're stiff bristles. So let's get a nice dark green. You can make a dark green by adding, let's see, I don't want you to get too caught up in the black there, but black and yellow makes a beautiful dark green. All right. I'm going to add some, right, never mind it. Alright, so what we can do is we can make some nice old trees back here, some bushes, nothing fancy, just some big old mountains of trees, something pretty simple. We will go with a dark green. Look, that's a nice dark sap green right here, okay? Nice dark. You could even add a little bit of blue to it. I'm not going to get too fancy. So dark green will add some nice tap, 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 tap. Alright, just gently tap, 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 tap. See, I'm only gently tapping. But I'm getting some nice shapes by going up and down. Alright, so, and you can also draw out, probably be a little easier for you, draw out as if you're drawing mountains. And then that way you'll be able to follow that. Okay, try that. Hopefully that didn't stir you. But look, you can, now you don't have to worry too much about trying to get the shapes of your trees. My paint is still wet, so you can see it's lightening up my dark green. So that's okay. You can draw yours if you want to. Good. So I would like that to be a bit darker because I wanted to lighten it up and show it to you, but get that darker in a second. So we'll keep that going. Tap, 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 tap. So now I got this here, I can follow along with that. So you go right across. You can go up over that line because you're only using it for a guide, okay? That's good. So as long as we get those shapes in first, and then we'll worry about highlights and whatever else you want to do with it after. Alright. So that's lower because it's kind of like distance, and this one here is higher. Alright, that doesn't look too bad so far. Nice. Good. We won't make it too complicated. Good. So let's put some highlight here, brighten it up a little bit. And we will take some yellow and a small bit of green. Make it nice and bright, maybe even a little bit of white. Just want to brighten it up here. Got some light coming in from the sky. Let's say it's coming in from the right, so we'll leave some of that darker over there, and then the light will bring it over here. Brighten it up even more. Whoops. Don't go up into your trees if you can help it. So whatever's left over on your brush, just scrape it on down here. Just move it around. So don't get any more paint. Just sort of clean off your brush. Okay? That looks nice, doesn't it? I think I'd like to have a little, maybe a little bird sitting on a piece of wood or something. Maybe some kind of a log. So I'm just going to take some black on one side of my brush and white on the other. Okay? With the black side down, let's make a big piece of wood for a bird to sit on. There we go, like that, see? Your brush will do the work for you. Just, you need more white. Pick it up on the other side, see? And then you just go touch and pull down. Your brush will do all the work for you. It's a bristle brush. It's not bad. We'll have a little bird sitting up there. Cool. Nice. So down here we want some grass, long, tall grass. So what I'm going to do is take my liner brush, my long liner brush, like this. I'm going to wet it so that it's dripping with water. And I'm going to go through some of my black and some of my green. Okay? Because we want to be able to see those nice tall grasses. We want to pull up as many of these as we can. Alright? Because we'll lighten them up. We'll do some highlights to those. I want to make sure you can see them. So just pull up as many as you can. Because the background is green, we got to make sure that these grasses are dark. That'll be our dark underpainting for tall grasses. Right? So make sure you got water on your brush because it won't move if you don't. See, it's dripping. See? So when you run it through the paint, it won't drip anymore. But it'll be nice and wet. Alright. We're going to layer some more with our lighter color. Clean your brush off really good. Don't do what I just did. Dirty brush. Wet my brush, dripping. Pull it through my yellow. Try to get some of these up. Now you can wait for the black ones to dry if you like, because they might mix in with your color, your yellow, and then it'll end up being black. A dark yellow. Alright, so let's just get as much on as we can. Just layering. See how that dark really makes that stand out? Let's add some red, make kind of orangey color. There we go. So you can go back and forth with your yellow and your red. All right. Add some white. See how the white really stands out, doesn't it? So go in with your colors, reds, yellows, white. Pick up some water. Okay, so it's going to be a little tedious. But we want to, once you get this done, it'll look really pretty. And I can't think of another shortcut. Sometimes I come up with some really nice shortcuts. But in this case, I can't. One, two, three. Drip, drip in my paint. Picking up some paint. Now, if you got lots of patience and you got some time and just want to do it and relax, then you'll enjoy it. Okay? But if you're going to rush and you get frustrated, then it's not going to be fun. If you can think of an easier way, then you go for whatever you find easy. Add some white, see if I can get some of those stand out. So I'm really layering. I've done a few paintings like this where I layer the grass like that. I've got a few other tutorials on grass and probably should put a little fence or something in there, shouldn't we? We'll see. I haven't made that decision yet. Sort of going to the right, to the left, and up straight. Straight up. Straight up, to the left, to the right. I just want lots of grass there. So what we'll do is we'll put some flowers on there, and if we need more grass stems, we will put them in. Right now I think maybe we should put some flowers in there to see where it's going and what it looks like. See, the taller they are, it looks closer to you. Now, it's pretty. Let's see what else we can do now. Get another little round brush, but kind of smaller and fatter with a pointy tip. And because this is for the absolute beginner, I'm not going to do any flowers that require a lot of detail. So I'm just going to punch into my orangey color I'm after making here. I'm just going to tap on some flowers like this. I might add a bit of white to brighten them up. I'm just going to add a few flowers here and there like that. Bit of white, bit of red. Just right on my brush. Lots of paint on there because I want to be able to see them. And I'm just tapping these on. Right. And I'm going to show you another trick now in a second. It's much easier than this again, but we need to do some of these smaller flowers too. Red on one side and white on the other. And then you can just tap on some of these pretty flowers. So most of these flowers are just going to be tapped on, alright? Nothing elaborate. I got tons of paint on my little brush because when I touch, the paint will all go together and make pretty little flowers. See that? Get a little closer for you and see. Some flowers in the field. But this is the easiest way to do it when you're just starting out. It'll help you. When you get more interested in painting more elaborate flowers, then you can do one or two big flowers at a time. But see how I'm making flowers without even trying? I'm just touch, touch, and touch. I'm kind of touching them together too, right? Just touch. See? Cute. Red is nice. You know, just tap them everywhere. Trying to get some color so you can see them. Just tapping them on. But look, they look like flowers, so don't they? Huh? They look like flowers. So I'm going to show you a little trick that will help you get more flowers on faster. And I'm going to call this my magic brush. Just so you can see. Look at that. It opens up like that. And I've done other videos using this brush. And it's always I use it for small branches and small leaves on trees and for small flowers. So I call it my magic brush because it just watch, you'll see it'll be like magic when you see this. If you haven't seen this before, it's just like magic. So you dip into whatever color paint you want. All right, and every bristle will pick up some color, and then it will, some white, yellow, red, and it will distribute all these little tiny flowers. See, we were doing it with one brush, but look how fast it is now. Look at that, look. Just like that. All these little flowers. So pick up some of your colors that you like, see? Then you'll distribute them, and your brush will do the work for you. Just look. Isn't that amazing? And we were doing it with one brush, and it would take you all day. But look, this will take you 2 minutes. So we'll finish off the little flowers with this brush. Isn't that cool? Oh my, it's so good, isn't it? Look. So your brush will, if your brush starts to, you know, gather up too much paint, just tap it off so that the bristles will open again, and then go into whatever color. So I like blue. Blue is nice with some white. There we go. Look at that. It's unbelievable, isn't it? All these beautiful little flowers just from one little brush. One brush. you'll start to showing your paintings off with all your little flowers, and they'll be like, how did you get all those little flowers on? Like, that must have took you hours and hours. Like it? Yes, it was so hard. But, you know, look, I put lots down there because I want to fill up that space a bit more. I'm probably going to go with some reds, some whites. But it's amazing, isn't it? Look. We want to get some flowers, so I'm just going to add more. If I add more too much, I'll just tap here, and that way I'll see what's coming off on my brush, and that's what's going to come off on your canvas. So you're happy with that, then go ahead and put it on. Nice tall flowers there. Isn't that pretty? Look. So you just tap on here, here, and here. Amazing. Some more here. I don't want to overdo it, but it's so hard to, when all these flowers start coming off, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't stop. Look at that. So that's my magic brush. You get that in my Amazon shop that I have, and it's called a chip brush, and it's 1 inch. No, yes, it's 1 inch. And you got to make sure the bristles are like that so that they're not even. They're all sticking out everywhere, and so you'll see them in my shop. And if you don't shop on Amazon, try Walmart, any paint shop, and ask for chip brushes. So I think that is so pretty. So what I'd like to do now is, I'd like to take my bristle brush again. I'd like to put in some more white flowers, maybe. Just a few little white ones here somewhere, just to get a few bigger ones. Tap, tap, tap. See? Get those bigger ones there. I got a little bit of blue mixed in with that. So those big ones make it look nice too. See? Pretty, isn't it? See, those big flowers are nice too. So that's enough of those flowers. Maybe we can make some, maybe some sunflowers. Maybe. Maybe, I'm not sure, we'll see. Let's try it. So let's get our blue and some red. We'll make some centers, and we'll make a couple little center. And then we'll make a couple. We don't need much because a lot of these yellow flowers look like sunflowers, right? So we just need a couple. Pick a couple of spots, and then you can clean off your brush. Use the same brush. See if we can get some yellow. Let's see if we can get. We may not need them because, like I said, that brush is after doing it for us. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Add a little bit of white. It's really hard to see the yellow. Like that, see? So some more, a little bit more realistic flowers. So just take your brush, clean it off, and I don't want to lose you. Pick up your yellow on your round brush with the pointy tip with some white. Okay. Fine. So that was a little one here. Let's see where else. I put one over here somewhere. Here we go. I'm going to put one here anyway. Touch, touch, and touch. But see, I can't get it yellow. I'm going to add a little bit of red to make kind of an orangey yellow. That way you'll be able to see it better. There we go. I had a little one here. Might look for some dots and just put them. There's one there, right here. You can barely see them. You don't really need them, see? It's just a matter of touch, 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 all right? Where you put your center and you'll be able to see it. And then you put a little bit of yellows on top of it. All right? So we don't need a lot of those because all the flowers look pretty good there anyway. So that's pretty cool. So the only thing we have left to do now is put a little bird or something on that stump. Now let's see if we can make a little chickadee. So I have been drawing out some of these chickadees, and I was trying to get the right size. As you can see, that one there is too big. And I think this one here might be the right size. And as you can see, I was just practicing getting the body shape. And I would suggest that you would do that too, okay? So draw it out, or you can, I'll send you a pattern, okay? But, you know, if you want to give it a shot, just bring up like you're making a circle. Like you're making a circle. Like you're going to make a circle, but you come down a little longer right here. And when you get the front here, you want to get a beak in so that you'll have an idea what way the face is. And then you kind of move in a little bit. And then you move out with the body to meet up with the head, to try to match it up with the head so you get a body. And then all you can do is come around then and just bring back a long tail and meet up there. And then you got the two little boom, boom, doop, boom, boom. And then you just put in where the colors are going to be. And this here can just meet up right here. And look up some chickadees. Look them up so you can figure out where the colors go and all that stuff. So that's kind of a funny one, but you really need to practice, okay? So I'm going to try this one here. So I'm going to lay this on here as best I can, match it up. And if it doesn't fit perfectly, then I will adjust it after. So if the feet are not exactly on the stump, I'll bring the stump up to meet the feet. It's better to have the feet a little higher than the stump. You can always get the stump to meet the feet, but if you put the feet too far down in the stump, then it's going to be a little harder to fix. So that's what I suggest. And then I'm going to use my carbon paper to trace it. Okay? Trace it on. So let's see how that turned out. It's going to be hard to see it right now because it needs to be painted in. So it's there. I'm going to take that off. Alright, so if you really, really mess up, to paint the sky back in again. The blue sky, if you have a really, a really bad one, just paint the sky back in and then wait for it to dry and then do it again. But try your best to get it to fit. And put any bird on there you want. Doesn't have to be a chickadee. I just kind of like chickadees and I thought it'd be fun to paint it. So let's paint it in, then you'll be able to see what it looks like. So you can try a small flat brush or a small round. See, nice and small for the, see? I'm going to try the flat brush first. Always dampen your brush before you put in your paint. Paint seems to stick better. So this may be too big, I'm not sure. We'll put in the black paint. You can go outside the line if you like, give it a feathery look. You can like sort of give it these little, there we go. You don't have to do that, but if you want to just bring it outside a little bit. And a little bit down here. I think this here belongs, oh, that's white, it's okay. And then we got black here. And we have a little black, a little peak. I'm going to do that after. So I'm going to add a little bit of white to my black. Get kind of a grayish color. You can have whatever colors you want. We need to get it started. I'm going to put a line here and save that back up there for another color. Look up some of the birds so you can see where the colors are. Mine might be different than what you want to do. There we go. Good. All right. Now, and so I'm going to put some yellow, kind of an orangey, yellowish color on the body. I add white to it because those colors are kind of opaque, so the white will thicken it up there for you, make it more opaque, and then you can always add more color after. There we go. So I'm using my round brush this time. Okay, good. There's a little feeder down into the stump. There was a bend there, so I was lucky because I almost went in too far, and I was telling you not to. Alright, so just be careful when you're doing that, that's all. So I'm just bringing in a little more red because I want to kind of have like an orangey color. There we go, and I'm going to clean that off. I'm going to add some more yellow. Blend that together. Put it on whatever way you can. It doesn't have to be exactly the way I'm doing it. You might find a better way or an easier way. Put on some yellow first and then some red, or put some red on first and some yellow. A little bit of white to brighten it up, you know, so just, right, that's kind of nice, isn't it? And then we will put kind of yellow. Like I said, I want color in this chickadee. Alright. There we go, and good. I'm going to put some white, put some blue, some white, some blue and some white. Okay, more white than blue, so that's a little bit too much. All right, so if you don't keep going into the same blue, because you'll only keep adding, and it won't work, move away from it with your dirty brush. Move away from it, and then you'll be able to save some of that. Alright, so then you're going to go in here. Okay, I pushed my brush a little bit too hard there, so I'll just go back over that in a second. That's nice. I'm going to darken it up a little bit more. The blue. But I don't want it to be the sky. It look like his head is not there. Yeah. Don't want his head to disappear. And then we have some white again. We'll get some feathers going on down here. Some streaks of feathers. Flat brush again, and I'm going to go back in with my grayish color just because I want some values. I don't want just one color. I'm just going to use the chiseled edge of my brush so I can make it a little easier for me to get that there. Alright, so we want that wing to look. So paint the whole wing gray, grayish color, and then put your highlight on over that, okay? Because I'm kind of struggling a little bit here because I used the wrong brush really. I think the flat brush is better. So I'm trying to teach you, make it easy, but sometimes it's, you know, it's even a little bit hard. No matter how easy you try to make it, sometimes it's a little bit hard to get it the way you want it. So I'm just trying to get that darker gray on there so I can have something for highlight. So I want to shadow first. There we go. And then maybe I'll use, I was going to use my light blue. Use my light blue, my flat brush, for there we go. And then I'm going to use a small round brush to finish off some details. Which are the feet, which they're gray also. There's one right here. Grabbing on there. And right here, grabbing on. I want you to be able to see that. So we'll highlight that now. So I'm going to go into my white. Go into my white. I'm going to highlight this little back one here. A little bit here just to, and then I'm going to highlight some of this here by tapping on a little bit of white. Just I'm going to tap it on so you can get a feeling of some fur, feathers. And I'm going to tap on a little bit of white here to get a little bit of feathery look too. Okay. A little bit up here. I don't want to lose all that orange either, and I want to go over that line that I made. I don't want that there. A little bit of lightness on the back here. So get rid of those lines. That's cute. See, that separates legs there a little bit too, right? And get a little bit of gray there is nice. Come right up around here. I'm going to add a little bit of dark just to bring out the light. And then I'm going to put a little beak there on the top here. Fill that in there, and then I'm going to round that off up here a little bit, so you can always shape it up after when you see it. Good. And then I'm going to put a bit of white in my brush, give it a little bit of highlight in here, a little bit, just a tad bit on top of here, a little bit, not much. And I'm going to put a little dot in here for eye. There it is. You can barely see it. That's cute, isn't it? And a little bit of white on the tail again. Just enough to highlight. I think getting the proper brush is everything. I mean, like, if I'm struggling, it's because my brush. So if you're struggling, go look for another brush and keep trying different brushes till you get the one that works better for you. It's like when I'm doing a video, I try to grab a couple of brushes, and if I push a little bit too hard, that can mess it up. So that's nice. Just want to make sure I got highlight enough. See, those highlights really bring it out, see? See, isn't that cute? I don't think I need to do much more with that. It's just hanging on there inside it. So you just have to shape it up. Now, that came out pretty nice. Alright, little chickadee. I think I'd like to, I've just looked at it now, and I think I'd like to lighten up the sky a little bit here. I messed it up here a little bit. It should be lighter at the bottom, see? So I'm just going to rub on a bit of white. Not much paint, I'm just going to scrub it in when I get it on there. I'm just going to scrub it on there. Just to lighten it up. And it might be a few clouds down there. There we go. Just put very little paint on your brush, because that's dry now, so you don't want to ruin it. You know, you don't want to lose some of that. You want to keep some of the blue besides. That kind of gives it a better feel to it, see? Sky lightens up as it comes down to the horizon. Could be some clouds, could be whatever you want it to be. There we go. So that's kind of nice. That's almost a sort of abstract, you know. You kind of just put the flowers on there, and all the pretty colors look like a field of flowers, doesn't it? And then just your little bird on your stump, and you can put a fence there if you like, you know, some fence. But I think it's kind of nice the way it is. And it's probably got a wired fence buried in the grass. You wouldn't see it, right? Because something has to hold that stump up, and sometimes you don't need to. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this, and it's great for, like I said, the absolute beginner. And so give it a try, and email AllisonPryor@yahoo.com if you'd like me to see your painting, or if you need any help. And I will sign out for now. Goodbye for now from Allison Pryor. Happy painting, everybody. Bye. Well, thank you for painting along with me. I hope you enjoyed that painting. And if you did enjoy that painting, leave a comment below in the comment section. Let me know what you liked about that painting. What part of that painting did you like? What was your favorite part? And if you have any questions about brushes or paints or anything about the painting itself, just email me at allisonpryor@yahoo.com or leave a comment down below. And I will see you in the next video.